Oh, you know what? I am so sorry. I did not have my applause button ready. But here we are. Good morning, Brick World. Man, I feel like it was just yesterday that we had a show. But it's been what, 2 months? Has it been longer than 2 months? I can't remember when. I think it was in March.
Yeah, March and April there
Because
was
where
no
we
more
the
in
last one was,
Brickworld.
I think the last one was for March Madness. I think that's what like one of our themes was. I guess Longoria was like, man, screw this.
He said something was glitching over there.
Oh my gosh. But yes, good morning, Brick World. Good morning, panel. And everybody, you might notice we have somebody new here as a co-host, Brick Mamba, also known as I Brick You Brick. Hello, my friend. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be a part of the team.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here. So if all right, so let me try and go back here, rewind a little bit. So when I decided to take a little bit of a break from Good Morning Brick World because my new job was very demanding, and it still is. I'm not gonna lie. I worked all day yesterday, which had me kind of worried about the show this morning. But anyways, Brick Babe had started a show called the Random Sunday Show.
I was filling a void just until we came back. That's all I did.
filling a void. But it was a really awesome show. I was always kind of lurking around in the background. But you know, I was constantly watching obviously the dynamic and demeanor and the banter conversations that all of you guys had. And everybody, we will be also joined eventually by Quarter Brick. She is away at the moment and doesn't have a very good internet signal. So it's possible she might pop up. If she does, we'll do a formal introduction. But if not, you'll probably see her next weekend. So, but yeah, I was watching everybody while all this was going on. And I was like, you know what? I should just see if they would want to just join Good Morning Brick World. And lo and behold, they actually wanted to. I mean, because you don't know what people want. I mean, it's not like anybody was just like, yeah, I want to be on that show, or that's something I would want to put time into, or whatever. But yeah, I felt honored that they actually wanted to join, and because look, I don't know how long Good Morning Brick World's going to last. I talk often about like maybe ending it on episode 300. I figured that was a good round number to end it on. It's been going now for several years, but we'll see what happens. But I just figured that they would be a really dynamic part of, like a dynamic addition to the show. So, yes, welcome. All right. I see Andrew is back. Hopefully everything's okay.
He said his connection's glitching.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I've been having glitching problems. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay, man. These things happen.
Yeah. So if I jump out or don't or look like I don't even know what y'all are talking about and like what? That's
well, and I don't know how far it spread, but I know there's some pretty crazy thunderstorms going on the East Coast right now. Because I've been getting notifications about DC, and like yesterday it was kind of raining a little bit here and there. And then today I can't tell, but it looks like it might. So you never know. We might get
we got some hail over here yesterday. Hard. It was hitting my car like softballs. It was just like boom, like jump big.
I haven't seen hail in a while.
Yeah.
That's kind of weather that will hurt you.
Hey, Mom, but where you located? Where's over there?
In the Bronx. In New York. And we had to pull into a little parking lot because it was just trees were falling. I'm like, but it was for like 5-10 minutes.
And it occurred to me that
up.
I think we're all East Coast too.
Yeah, except for Jay. Jay's in the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn! That's
but now
horrible.
she's on
That's horrible on the hours for her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel for the West Coast. You know what I mean? Like when they want to watch stuff like this. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Some people don't get up early on Sundays. It's like a day they like to sleep in or whatever. But so yeah. Good morning, everybody. It's good to be here. It has been a wonderful, I guess you could say, break. but I have missed. I've missed you guys. I've missed the crew. I've missed the show. I've missed.
We missed you, Hive.
Audience. Thank you.
We missed you.
I kept doing Pure Fury. I kept that going, but that was a lot easier of a thing to kind of run compared to this. This is a little more thoughtful. Structured, that would probably be the right word. So yeah, in case anybody hasn't noticed, it's May the 4th weekend. So, our focus today will be on Star Wars. And yeah, Star Wars is all over the place. It's been around for damn near 50 years. I've often mentioned probably the biggest thing about Star Wars is not just the impact and stuff it's had through pop culture and everything, but it's a generational thing. My dad took me when I was a kid. I've taken my kid to the theater to see the sequels. And ironically, my dad and I went together as adults to see the prequels. So yeah, there's a lot going on with it. So I definitely have some interesting clips, shows, or videos, or whatever you want to call them, to show. I got one that's going to be more about science and Lego, but I do have another one that's more about fun and Star Wars. I have a bunch of, questions for the panel, for the audience. I got a what is your favorite? And there's all kinds of things that I want to know what everybody's favorites might be, including our biggest Star Wars fan, our biggest, hugest, most impressive Star Wars fan.
I can't find my ears, like my Grogu ears. Last time I had him was May the 4th on this show.
The most knowledgeable.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I need to take Mo to see like Star Wars and do that generational thing. I am taking her to see The Wiz. The Wiz is coming back out. On like May the 18th.
What, like the original? You said like the original one?
Yes. He's
nice.
on down. He's on.
Down. Look, I'm proud that I'm old enough that I saw that when I was in like kindergarten. Maybe
it was no. You were in diapers.
No. Well.
When did it come out?
When did it come out? Because look,
in
I was
78 because it came out a month before.
Yeah,
I was one.
That makes sense because no.
I was a few months old.
I was only one. Yeah,
I was one.
I guess they must have just replayed it then.
I'm ready.
But it was big enough. It was hot enough at the time that they played it at school for us. Because I remember watching it in school. But yeah, man. Wow. I didn't see they did a remake, didn't they?
It was on Broadway here for a little while, and it just ended maybe a couple months back. Last show.
I think they did do it.
It's just hard.
I'm
not saying obviously you can't do it, and much respect to people that do, but it's really tough to fill the shoes of Michael Jackson, Diana Ross. I can't remember.
Ross.
Yeah.
Nipsey Russell.
And plus, just some things, man. I talk about all this all the time with different IPs, and just because I'm older, and I don't like to just assume everybody's age and stuff. But a lot of this stuff they try to reboot, remake, and every once in a while you get a good hit. You know what I mean? But it's tough, man. Trying to fill in these legendary actors, singers, musicians. And even if you do have somebody that's really, really good and can do it, just trying to replace just that moment in time. Some of these things have sort of feeling connection to us, depending on like we were with like I might have been with a girl at a time that like we heard a song, you know what I mean, that meant a lot or something. And now it's being remade by like some band that I'm like, yeah, who are you? Like, how dare you? So there's just similar things like that, like I said, in all these different pop culture things that, we've grown up listening to and stuff. So, but, kudos to them. All right, real quick, let's go ahead and we'll get into the bulletin board, and then we'll get into the highs, hellos, and how are yous. Let me get a picture. Let me get some pictures here ready, man, because I want to make sure that I've got all these set up good. I tell you, it is good to be back. I can't wait to get into the highs, the hellos, and how are yous. I love that. It's always my favorite thing, man, and saying good morning to everybody and stuff. All right, let me share this screen. God, I forgot like all these new setups now in StreamYard. It's crazy. All right, first of all, we wanted to say congratulations to our
Yeah.
co-host. Drewbrickz is getting married today.
There we go.
Today.
There we go. Shout out to him.
Yes, congratulations to them. May your marriage be bright and other stuff that I can't think of to say right now. But
The force is strong with this one. Getting married on May the 4th. Great job on picking that date.
How do you get away with it?
But Drew, if you're listening, I just wanted to say we miss you, brother. We hope that you are doing well. And yes.
If you're listening on your wedding day, shout out to you.
Yeah.
He is. He sent that picture. I asked him this morning. I was like, "Hey, is today your wedding?" He was like, "Yep, it is. I'm at the rehearsal." So I was like, "Oh, cool." So he's excited. He said it's at 5:00.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's it's an exciting thing, starting a whole new life with somebody. You know what I mean? And we've mentioned before, Drew's also they're getting a house. That in itself is a wild thing. I never thought I would have done it until I got married to Mrs. Hive. It's a long process when you're in there signing like paper after paper.
Oh yeah.
Paper. Ironically though, I think buying a car is more painful. But anyway.
Just text thank you to everyone, so he is listening.
Oh, right on. Right on. There we go. Oh, we miss him though. We miss him. Drew, he got a great sense of humor. He's always making us laugh on the show. When he's not shutting the stream off. Hold on a minute. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
That's a little inside joke, some lore for those people that don't know. But also, again, for those that are kind of just joining us, we do have a couple new co-hosts. One is Brick Mamba, also known as iBrick. The other one is the Quarter Brick. She is just away at the moment with not a good internet signal, but like I said, I'm sure next Sunday you guys will be able to meet her formally. Let's see what else we got going on. Please support our co-hosts. I left it as a surprise, but I will be putting Mamba's and Drewbrickz info in the description later. I was trying not to give it away right away. But I will put their info to links to their stuff as well. But please go over and support our co-hosts. Please show them some love. If you'd like to support me, you can like the channel, you can subscribe, you can become a member. There's different perks. You can donate. We got funny clips here and there to show if you donate. Also wanted to say thank you as always to the replay gang. You guys always prove to me how strong you really are. But yeah, it's amazing to me the numbers I get as far as replays go. So thank you. Much love. If you would like your sigfig to be in the intro or other videos that I haven't made in a while, but I still will, you can send them to the P.O. box in the description below. They will be in the intros to Good Morning Brick World for sure. Like I said, when I make stop motion videos or other random city videos, or I don't know, sometimes they're in vlogs, just they could be in randomly anything. But yeah, if you'd like them to be in the intro, please send them to me. I will put them in the intro for you. Something a little more serious that I wanted to touch upon. Goodness gracious, how many years ago has it been now, Lene?
One. No, it feels like more. I thought the same.
I'm really I'm shocked. I thought it was longer than that too. I don't know what's going on.
I could be wrong.
No, I mean, but
right.
We wanted to take this day to remember our friend Naomi, also known as Brookanista. She had passed away, and this was the anniversary of her passing. She was a friend to many of us in the community. She was an absolutely beautiful person, yes. Completely welcoming, just very loving, very friendly, down to earth, just kind spirited. I can't say enough good things about her. But we wanted to just take this moment, in remembrance of her and all the good things that she did in the community and with other people and the friends that she made. yeah, I mean, I don't know if you wanted to, say anything, Lene, or you,
Sure. Naomi was just, as many of you know, she was just an amazing person. She was a member of the Dream Builders Log, very active, I mean, she was one of our biggest recruiters. She brought so many amazing people into the lug and even into the community, into our lives. We enjoyed mock improv and her like Thrifty Thursdays and her Tech Tuesdays. So if you're not familiar with Brickanista, you can go. Her page is still up on IG. Her family kept it up. Her brother is pretty much, he's not active, but he oversees the accounts. And if you go to Brickanista, you can see just how wonderful she was and everything that she contributed to the community. She had the Brickanista Broadcasting Network, and her sign off for her to pass on the 4th was just crazy because she always signed off with, may the clutch be with you. So she loved May the 4th.
Yeah.
She loved Star Wars. So it was like, oh.
Yeah. And I just wanted to kind of add on a bigger note to this. Death happens in life, and we all either have or will deal with it in one way or another. It's unavoidable. But I just wanted to say that, you grieve and you have to move on. But the best thing to do is to remember all of the good things, you know what I mean, that person did, focus on
that.
Yeah, focus on the good memories. That's the things that you want to cling on to. And that's how people live on, through shared memories, stories, pictures, stuff like that. So yes, again, we love you, Naomi.
Definitely.
Yeah, we love you, Naomi, and we miss you. But yes, like I said, you grieve and you move on. And that's that. So like I said, we didn't want to get all, like sad on the show or anything like that, you know what I mean? But it's we wanted to make sure we honor her, be respectful, and again, focus on these happy memories and the times that we had with her. Because like I said, a lot of us knew her and had shared experiences. So, all right.
I have a funny memory. She would stay on after her lives that I would be on with her, like if I would jump on her show and stay with me. If we're building, she would stay on and build with me after the broadcast was over. And if I dropped a piece, she would be in the camera looking to see if she could find a piece with me. She was awesome.
That's because you're a slow builder.
No. Listen, I met her because of Lene, because I took over Lene's spot in building the Daily Bugle. That's how we built it together, and she still hasn't built
that poor spot.
I mean, I have a handful of memories with her. I was on her stream, with her one time, which is great. She had like this build stream, like a mock type stream where she showed you she would bring on a lot of mock builders and that would show you techniques and different building, stuff like that. But one of the coolest things, I loved about her was not only was she tough, like she was very thick skinned, you know what I mean? But she was funny, man. Like, she had a great sense of humor. And she had a great laugh too. But I mean, that's the thing, it's just the people, they touch you, they move you, they become part of your memories and feelings. And man, they just, you, like I said, you cling on to those things and you remember, so yeah, much love, Naomi. And like I said, we miss you. I think that's it for the bulletin board. Yeah, I just want to make sure that was the last thing I wanted to touch upon. So, all right, let's get into the highs, hellos, and how are you?
This is gonna be long.
Oh boy, here we go. Well, and you know me, I never shut up. So this should be a good solid 45 minutes. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do it.
We're excited. We haven't heard it in a while.
I know. Stickler Bricks, what's going on? Says first like replay gang for sure. Hive, glad to have you back. Thank you. Too early, otherwise I'd be there live. Plus got stuff to take care of. I completely understand, brother. There's Brick Babes. So excited to be back with crew. I hear you on that. We're gonna skip right past that guy Brick Hive. Let's see. Brian, what is going on? Good morning to you. Cajun AFall, good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Click and Cliff says we back. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Cliff. EMS Bricks, also known as Renee, says, yay. Good morning, Brick World family. Yes, it's good to be back. Good to see all of you. My Bricks and me, good morning to you, my friend. We're excited to see you as well. Pink Wheels.
Pink Wheels.
Pink Wheels, one of the best mock builders out there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Miss my good morning, Brick World. Well, good morning, Brick World misses you too.
Yes.
And we do as well.
Right back at you.
Let's see here. Leslie Longoria says,
Leslie.
good morning. Good morning, Leslie. It's good to see you here. John Y, good morning. Good morning to you. Happy to see you. Rob Claxton, good morning, Rob. It's nice to see you. Justin, good morning to you.
Morning.
Moto out there. What's going on, Moto?
What up, Moto?
I hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's see here. Ultra Bricks out there. Good morning. Good morning. Andre's out there. Good morning. Says my pre-work routine is back. Well, you know what? I'm always to help. I mean, that's a very special thing, in my opinion, if we can help you get through work.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you're sitting back in your pajamas, you know, your jammy jams, sitting there just sipping on your coffee, just enjoying the show. But if we're getting you through work, you know, because I'll tell you, man, I've worked plenty of times and listened to, like, you know, sitting on a stoop or something like that. You know, I mean, that stuff helps. Let's see here. Justin says I ordered gunship with battle package. You got the gunship, huh? That thing's on hella sale right now, I think, on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Which we will touch upon in the news, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll talk about those. Smokey, what's going on, Smokey? How you doing? Good morning to you. Stephanie, good morning to you. So good to see all of you out there. Multigasm Geek in the house. Good morning to you, my friend. Brent's Bricks. Yo, great to see you too. Been doing some mad ACOB shows lately. Let's see here. Click and Cliff says, good morning. Brickworld should stay. Pure Rent Fury is too late. I'm old. Can't stay up. Hey, man, I get it. Look, some people, I don't think their hearts can actually take Pure Rent Fury. You know, especially if you got like a pacemaker in or something.
Right.
Cliff, I can't promise anything, man. If I told you I wouldn't end Good Morning Brick World, then eventually I'd be lying to you at some point. You know, I can't do that to you. I mean, it's not on purpose. Hoarder 66 in the house. Good morning, Will. It's good to see you.
Will on first.
Oh, you did?
Oh, really?
Will, do I got a sigfig from you, man? How do I not have a sigfig from you? And you're like one of the closest people to me. Because, you know, and I just thought of it because I'm like, I look down here and I see LifeBrickz in the house. What's up, LifeBrickz? I got a sigfig of LifeBrickz. He was in the intro. You know what? I was gonna say, he was in the intro. Yeah. But anyways, what's going on, LifeBrickz? Hope you're doing good, Tyler. Will, I need to get sick from you. Shy Time is my time is out there. What's going on, Shy?
What up, Shy?
Shy was in the intro. Christine Harper in the house. What is going on, Christine? I don't have a Christine Harper sigfig either. Stephanie says, I'm glad you all back. This is the only podcast I can watch live. Oh,
there we go.
You hit me right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. But yes, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for being here. Fall Equinox. What is going on? How are you doing? Good to see you. Brett Lee in the house says, is this just a special show or are you now back? No, we're back. We're back. I feel like I got to get a meme for that. Says now we just need LifeBrickz to get on and stream. I know, right? We were talking about that the other night. Trying to get them to get back on. But, you know, look, you can't force these things on people, man. You know? I mean, and look, if the person doesn't necessarily got it in their heart to do it at the moment, or they don't want to do it in the moment, you don't want them to do it because then they're not going to have the heart or the you know, to be in it, you know, and then you're just going to get some half-ass bullshit. I'm sorry for cursing. You know what I mean? That slipped. Let's see here. Andre says I'm old. I saw it on Broadway with Stephanie Mills. Oh my goodness. Right. Chris McBricker. What's going on, my friend? It's good to see you. David, it's good to see you as well. How are you, my friend? I hope all of you are doing very well. I appreciate you guys all being here and supporting, getting all up in the chat. Yeah, right. F cancer.
Yep.
You know, and it's so weird. I actually, I don't know, about maybe 15-ish years ago, I actually, I don't want to say studied. I didn't go that hard into it, but I looked into a lot of like, what is cancer? Like what it, you know, what happened? Like, and it's the mutation of your DNA. You know, obviously it's a little more complex than that, but it's really bizarre. And there's no doubt that some of the influence we have on our environment is causing a lot of this stuff.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, F cancer. And yeah, rest in peace, Naomi. BFAB in the house. BFAB. Yes. See, BFAB also knew. Yeah, look, a lot of us did, man. A lot of us did. Like I said, man, she had a major impact on the community. See, Brick Dynasty, good morning to you. The world somehow feels more right now that the show is back. Thank you. Thank you. That's you guys, look, you know, I don't take these things for granted. You know, I'm sure a lot of you that have been watching me for a long time already know that, but you know, I can't stress enough or say it enough, man, how appreciative, you know, like all the other stuff that comes with being, having a channel and doing this kind of stuff is really awesome. Don't get me wrong, but just the fact that you guys even give me your time. I always tell you guys, your time is the most precious thing that you guys can give any of us. So thank you all for that. Camel City Brick House in the Brick House. Good morning to you. No more bricks out there. What is going on, my friend? Good to see you. Scott's Blocks out there in the house. Good morning, Scott. It's good to see you. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? I'm almost down to the bottom of the tat. I see Chef T. What's cooking, brother? It's good to see you. I think that's it. Pinkle says, sadly, I got no letter from my Professor X with my cancer. Still hoping on my backup school, Hogwarts, will send me one. Man, imagine if we lived in a world where you can go to like Professor Xavier's school, youngsters, or Hogwarts, or you know, just any cool thing out there that's like that. Man.
Right.
Awesome. All right. Well, that is at the bottom of the chat. Look at that. Man, am I rhyming a lot tonight? What's going on with that?
It's 2:30. I'm late with my video, but it's coming.
You did it in record time, dude.
I was trying, man. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I was really trying to like just be hardcore streamlined with that those mornings. I was like, don't waver, man. Don't waver. It's like, oh man. I mean, who knows? We might get done in plenty of time, but I know it's a lot of times in the show, man, we're barely making it, or we might get something cut out or something.
Take your
and
time.
who knows? You guys, we're half an hour in, and we still got to do the news. So speaking of which, let me go ahead and get that going. All right, rock on.
Yeah.
When news breaks, we fix it. Brick biters out there, what's going on, brother? How you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, news. Oh boy. You know, the one thing about the news with us, you know, as a matter of fact, hold on a second. Let me say something real
Some
quick.
new sets coming out. I'm just waiting for those to be shown.
That's what I'm gonna mention.
Oh,
There we go.
it's like 5 or 6 of them. It's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us that have been in this game for a minute, we're not phased really anymore. But I gotta tell you, if I had just walked into the Lego community, into this community, you know what I mean, YouTube and everything else, Instagram and all that,
I'd be overwhelmed.
and I'm like, wow, I just got out of my dark ages, man. I can't wait to build this U-wing, this Star Wars U-wing. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, $80 is kind of a lot, but that's okay, right? It's okay. I love Star Wars. And then I see, like, I won't even get into this whole rant about, like, if I saw the last U-wing that came out, but I'm moving past that. I'm saying, like, if you just saw all the new releases coming out, I feel like you'd be overwhelmed almost.
It is
a lot.
right?
Yeah.
But they're getting ready for August. Typical August.
Yeah, it's not just August though. There's the July.
July.
I can't remember.
You got the droid coming out in July.
Oh,
right.
I mean,
no Animal
the
Crossing.
K2SO coming out in August. Like you have a lot coming out. You got some
No
item
Animal
and stuff.
Crossing.
I thought you had a part in designing that. Yeah, you were part of the build team. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Lene. Yeah, all your knowledge.
Yeah. Just saying. Like,
I'm
you ain't lying. I've mentioned this. I've ranted about it mostly, but look, this is a serious thing to, at least for us, not just us on the panel, but just us in the community, to at least put a thought into. You know, Lego puts out a lot of sets every year. I mean, we're talking like 800, somewhere in that range. And it might even be more now because they're really riding that BrickLink program pretty good every few months.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's a lot.
Yeah. It is.
It's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. It's a lot of FOMO. It's a lot of marketing. And look, this isn't Pure and Fury. I'm not hating on any LAM members, but there's no doubt, LAM members do have an influence on a lot of the stuff. But it's a lot of sets. And my biggest gripe sometimes about it is I feel like if they would not put so many out, they might be able to focus more on other ones. You know what I mean? Maybe even keep some stuff on the shelves longer. Maybe focus a little bit more on other things, not spread themselves so thin. Maybe even keep costs down. Maybe because there's a lot of IPs. Got a whole lot of IPs out there.
In their defense, they're just rehashing those Star Wars sets. It's not like they're new Animal Crossing sets coming out. They're these same old sets y'all did 3 and 4 times.
I mean, I would not use Animal Crossing, but
that was a really
yes and no.
You just compared Animal Crossing to Star Wars.
I agree with Hive. You have to let it run its course. Don't oversaturate it with a whole bunch, but let it run its course. Give everybody. Don't just do it like an amazing set in May, obviously May the 4th, and then do like another amazing set in June. No, you got to spread that out. You got to give it some time because I can't get everything in, right? FOMO kicks in, and now I'm stressed. If you're a collectionist, it depends on if you're a theme buyer, if you're a Brickhead or Friends or even Animal Crossing. It depends. But if you release a mega set here, and then 2 weeks later, now you got the Mario Kart set coming out. I just spent all this money May 1st, and now the 15th, I got to spend more money.
And I want to also stress really quick, there is another side to an argument here, and I completely agree with this side as well. That's why I'm kind of torn with a lot of these discussions, because there is the thing called ultimate responsibility, because on one hand I can talk about FOMO marketing, how addictive it can be, you know what I mean? Chasing new sets every month. Literally, it seems like every month we're chasing new sets, you know what I mean? But we are, ultimately responsible for our own purchases and stuff like that. So it's a mixed bag, but there is no doubt Lego really puts out a lot of stuff every year. Good, bad, or indifferent. It's definitely just, again, something to kind of think about. Right. So, yeah,
I would understand if them doing that if they were afraid that certain things weren't going to sell, but pretty much everything that they stick out there is going to sell. I mean,
that's the thing that blows my mind.
Short of there's a couple of sets here and there that may fall flat, but
like
it's not like I wouldn't brush that. But yeah, like Animal Crossing. But I wouldn't have. They're acting like they've had so much failure in certain sets that they've thrown out there. Been like, well, we might as well just saturate the market with as much as we can, because of whatever we hit on is going to cover whatever we miss on. But they're hitting on everything.
Right.
So it makes no sense,
Yeah, that's the thing is, there's definitely some duds here and there. You know what I mean? There's sets that don't sell very well. Clearly, we see stuff on clearance. You know what I mean?
But even the duds, people are still buying them because I got to see if it's a dud or not.
Right.
I got to see.
I mean, and for the most part, when stuff does go on clearance, even if it's a 20% or something, because I've seen a lot of stuff we'll eventually get to here in a minute, something on clearance. I'm still like, that's not good enough, man. It's gotta be cheaper for me. But this stuff is the point is just it sells. Clearly, they're making billions. We've seen their their profit margins and all that. All the BrickLink designer stuff, dude. I bought one set and I still haven't decided if I actually want to use it or just resell it later. But those things sell out, and they're expensive, very expensive.
They've gotten more expensive. They started off pretty, moderate, but now they're like, now they know, and so they're like, yeah, well, even the cheap one is not cheap anymore.
Right?
The cheap one's what, $80-$90 now.
Yeah. So I mean, look, and something I mentioned a lot too is like we all have our threshold, the line in the sand where eventually, you might be like, okay, now I'm gonna have to start getting, extremely picky or choosy, you know what I mean, or something like that. But so we'll see what happens. I've already entered that being picky mode. Like the Star Wars stuff, I don't really buy the smaller stuff anymore. I just buy the bigger stuff. And even then it starts getting a little too out of line. And I can't afford like the $800, sets, man. Like I got the Razor Crest, that was $6. The barn door Lord of the Rings set back there, that's another one. Like that's about my limit, you know what I mean, as far as like where I can go.
Right.
Yeah, but I saw some new people in the chat. Just wanted to say hello to you real quick. I saw a raccoon out there. Didn't I see a raccoon?
Yeah, raccoon's there.
I was like, I'm on lost track. Oh, Rapture, there you are. Good morning, my friend. How are you doing? What are you saying here? Why are there only 14 likes? Hit the like. Thank you, my friend. Or they might run away.
Like button. Come on.
There we go. Take that.
He said they might run away. Bearded Bricks, what is going on, man? How you doing? Another one of our former co-hosts.
Yeah.
Always welcome though. Anytime he wants to pop in. But I hope you're doing good, my friend. Definitely go. I knew you were something. But definitely go over there and watch his stream he has every Wednesday. It's good stuff. Incredible mock builder. He's working on a current mock that is just insane.
Oh yeah, dude. That keeps getting better.
All right. Rapture says they don't all sell. That is why you see 30% off over time. Well, it just something also to add to that. When I first got out of my dark ages and I was getting into the community, it was fairly new and stuff like that. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people told me, for as far as the aspect of Lego being premium, sort of like the Apple of the brick world or whatever, that selling your sets on discount, especially in your store, isn't generally like you can't help it at Walmart and stuff, but like in your own store isn't really a premium thing to do. And they sure have leaned into that because now every time I've ever gone to the Lego store, they have that whole section, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On sets, and then they have it online as well. Which I'm not trying to complain about it necessarily. I'm just pointing out that's what I was told. I don't know. It could be anything. But I've mentioned also Lego definitely seems to be getting kind of snooty, a little pretentious about some stuff. I gotta tell you, man. Them pulling back the drape or the whatever you want to call it. Like, look, I always mention look, I think it's kind of silly, you know what I mean? But like I could see it maybe for Rivendell or some really nice artwork set or something, you know what I mean?
No, they're doing it for everything, right?
Yeah, dude, they did it for the Sherlock Holmes one. And it's so crazy because it seems like it's a big thing, and then it's just like this little set. They did it, I think, with this little Marvel set too.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, guys.
You would think that they in the beginning they would pull it over and some bricks would fall, so they decided to put a second person. Why not just put like a 3-part divider thing and just slide it open? That's it. But for the bigger sets, right? You can't just have a brick head and then put a little thing over it and reveal the brick head. No.
I'm just being negative. Don't listen to me, anybody. By the way, good morning, lonely one Kenobi. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Also, I see Chess out there. What's going on, Chess? Says, hey, Hive, how are we doing? Glad to catch you for a minute. Placed 2 orders, got Django on the first, and then jumped on the second wave of discounts to hit the giveaway purchase again. Look, again, I don't want to be negative, but there is just stuff I like to know what everybody thinks sometimes. Does anybody think it is a problem or an issue or anything at all that they had Django out? Actually, it wasn't just Django. There was other sets that released on the first for us. And then, 40 hours later, then they drop a whole bunch of sales, like extra, like new discounts or something like that. Look, I've just had some people, because of, again, Pure Ant Fury, a lot of people send me stuff that they're like, hey, you should rant about this. And a lot of stuff people complain about was like, hey, I just bought all this stuff. would have been really cool if they did the sale either while we were buying all this stuff or let us know that they were going to have a sale right after we bought this stuff. Which clearly I'm sure Lego did as far as marketing purposes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Try and get as much out of us as they can. But does anybody
didn't they open that up for insiders only, like for all the stuff at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Like on the first.
Yeah.
So a lot of that stuff was for insiders only, correct? Like
I believe so. Yeah.
That's even worse. Like you're hitting your core audience there, you know.
It's confusing.
You know.
Because something I talk about is that I miss is the calendar that they used to put out.
Oh, I love that calendar.
Yes.
Dude, not just because it was cool looking. I just liked looking at it. Just cool to see the Lego calendar. You know what I mean? It was always something to look forward to every month. But yeah, it helped us kind of strategize how we were going to buy stuff throughout the month. You know?
Yeah, because there was times where you could double up, where you could get like the back end of one and the front end of another, double points, and like really stack some stuff up, and that would incentivize me to buy more. You know?
Yeah.
But now that it's just kind of like a crapshoot, I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm even going to spend any money now. You know?
And something I want to say too about a lot of the clearance stuff, I'll just say Walmart. I don't know how bad Target is, but definitely Walmart. When stuff is going on clearance, I'm positive, and I've definitely been saying this for years, but I'm almost positive now that a lot of employees are snatching up a lot of these sets.
Oh, most definitely.
Because it's so popular, everybody knows how Lego is. Because think about it, if you get, especially when they get to be like 70% or even 50%, but definitely some of them when they get 70%. Like, even if you sell it under the retail price, you're still making a profit, which is crazy. You know what I mean?
And they know before we do that they're going to put it on sale. They know the night before, probably. You know,
they know before then. But here's the other thing that happens too is, like Andrew said, they know when the markdowns are coming, and anyone who's worked retail knows that some stuff never makes it to the floor. You keep it in the back, and it just keeps going through like markdown cycles.
Right.
And you're not supposed to do that, but a lot of people just never put it on the floor.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's pretty
wild. Stays in the warehouse.
Real quick, just wanted to say, Justin says Animal Crossing in our Walmart is on rollback. Picked up 2 times in party for the gold. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I can't speak Animal Crossing. I'm sorry, Justin.
Gold party hat.
Let's just get our.
I don't speak that language.
Our official Animal Crosser.
I'm like, what's a crypto? What, a party hat?
It's a gold party hat. I know bells. I don't know crypto.
Sounds fun.
Is that a good deal or something?
I don't know. I don't like Animal Crossing, so it's a bad deal to me anyway. So, Grumpy J.
Later.
Somebody I can relate to. What is going on? The grump is good. The grump is strong.
Yeah, new house, I think, right?
Otis says when someone opens up that bottom shelf and hides stuff in there is super aggravating.
Oh, I open it.
I don't
the bottom shelf.
Yeah.
I don't think about that very much, but
some Walmarts are glass doors now, so there's no bottom shelf.
Dude, does anybody have any left that don't have glass? Like it's everywhere I go, it doesn't matter where now. You're just always behind glass. I'm like, God dang, dude. I'm like, is this worth it? Is this worth Lego being premium?
Our Walmart doesn't have glass, but we're not a big Lego area, which I'm shocked because the Barnes and Noble, which barely sells Lego in my area, so everything's always marked down, had that in-store event yesterday. So I'm like,
they have one today over here, a Rogu event.
Oh, that's right. From 12 to, that's what I was about to say about the calendar. I missed the free in-store builds. Now I have to look them out aggressively. But today from 12 to 2, there's a Grogo build, the build and take.
There you go.
And knowing when the double points. When the double points come out, I'm
not buying a thing.
I bought everything with my points. I spent $6.50 out of pocket, and I bought everything with my points.
That's how you do it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because I do my best to
pull
not
receipts.
spend my insider points on anything else unless I really, really want something. Because as far as I'm concerned, like all those points is just cash in the bank for me. You know what I mean?
Make him prove it, Hive.
I'm telling you.
Here.
Telling you.
Make him prove it.
Right there, $6.47. You see it, and there goes all the purchases right there.
I saw nothing. Make him prove it, Hive.
I'm saying
fake news.
It's out there. Points, man.
Yeah, and I got a ton of points when I was scanning all the manuals.
Right.
Dude, I'm so glad I never threw those away. I knew they'd be good for something one day. Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about some news, everybody. Let's talk about some news. Lego Star Wars limited time deals. Actually, this is a pretty good one if you really haven't got that Razor Crest yet. $419, 30% off. That's about
shout out to that.
Yeah, that's about as good as you're gonna get, man. Unless you get some crazy random deal that's very rare. But because this thing's like 600, ain't it? I'm pretty sure it's 600. It doesn't matter. I'm horrible at math, but that's good. That's good, dude. And I will say this, because sometimes I feel like a hypocrite when I talk bad about some sets, but I'm like, I spent $600 on this. I mean, I still kick myself, for paying $600 for this. But dude, it is a girthy set. Dude, this thing weighs a lot. It's minifig scale. So you can literally, I've had it on display, and I also currently have it in my my forest area. So it just looks like, it landed in the forest. It's a rad UCS ship. Highly recommend. But Amazon got some great deals going on. Highly recommend it. Definitely go over there and check it out. Lego Technic Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline car. I would say all the rest of it, but that's a long title. All right. Everybody knows I completely hate Technic cars. It looks like somebody shot them all up. I mean, why wouldn't you just get a creator expert car?
Yeah. Right.
I mean, look, if you love the cars, that's great. But I'm just like, it's got a knob on the top of it. There's no windshield. It's got holes all over the place. But yeah, okay, right on. I like the blue stuff. That looks nice. Nice spoiler. Yeah.
The spoiler is nice.
I'm sorry, I'm negative, guys, but
I don't know if we're ready to talk about this yet. So let me know. But there's a rival that put out something very similar.
Oh,
is that later,
dude? Actually, hold on a minute.
Okay. They just came out too.
Like 6 of them, right? I saw it.
Ooh, sweet.
Hold on.
Too.
I need to. We need to show this real quick. This is important.
I thought I was the only one. Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. Look, I didn't want to jump ahead of Hive.
No, man, I'm telling you, if you're into please tell me I still have it.
And it was F1 too.
There it is.
They are spanking them.
Oh yeah, F1 is going on right now.
I don't remember where I saw this. I want to make sure I can show you guys. Oh, wait. It might be too bright. Hold on.
And everything's on their page too.
Right on the page directly.
Let me put myself on the Jumbotron here. Okay.
Yes.
That's sweet.
The detail right there, and it comes with the side piece.
It comes with the Hot Wheels. It comes with the actual Hot Wheels.
That's the smartest part right there.
Yes.
Giving you a little Hot Wheel on the side.
Yeah, man.
The inside. Have you seen the insides of this?
Yeah.
Dude, look, the doors. What do they call those? Butterfly doors or something?
Yes.
See up at the top. Wait, this corner here. You can see the doors open.
Butterfly.
Dude, that's hot, man.
Yes.
That's a good.
Absolutely.
And it's not expensive. Even that one is not. That one's what, 120.
They didn't miss.
They had all price was 40, 90.
Yeah, they had a 20, a 4, and a 20, like a 60, and then a 121.
So
and that's smart too. The different price ranges.
How much of the news are we going to talk about? Because you know the story behind that, like how that came to be, where the guy left from one company and went to another company, and that's how that whole transitioned.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense because the marketing is very similar. And I said somebody knows something.
Yeah. I don't know if we can say the companies, but one from one company and went to another company and was part of a design team there and went over here and now.
Well, and on top of that, here's another thing. I don't know if anybody thinks about it or not. So look, we all see these other off-brand brick companies, coming up. There's a lot of them. I think one of the prominent ones right now that a lot of us talk about is Funhole. There's definitely been other ones like Drewbrickz, Kobe,
Fantasy.
The Mega Blocks, with Pokemon and Halo stuff. Brickcraft. Yeah. So there's a lot of these companies nipping at Lego's heels, but I would say a couple of them definitely. If you military stuff, obviously Brickmania, Kobe, like those guys do really great. I mean, there's other stuff too, but like those are the two I can think of right off the top of my head.
But they use Lego.
Yeah, that's a good point.
like Brick and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, some companies.
That's a good point. But regardless, but the ones I'm thinking about, like definitely when it comes to these modulars, Funhole is killing it. I mean, I'm half tempted to kind of dip into some of these modulars. I've already bought a couple of the smaller ones, like the
LumiBricks. I think it's LumiBricks now.
Yeah. And then now you got Mattel, right? Now the thing about Mattel is they've got a buttload of different IPs and stuff. Like Barbie and I don't know what else. You know what I mean? But Mattel, like
American Girl,
Hot Wheels, like they just have a lot of they got G.I. Joe. So they got a lot of stuff, you know, that they can tap into that they can keep away from Lego and entice, you know, kids and even adults, you know, as far as nostalgia stuff goes. I ain't gonna lie, man. I've seen a lot of G.I. Joe sets that look pretty cool. I don't think it was Mattel that was making them. It was some really oddball company though.
How deep could it go? Because doesn't Mattel? I mean, I don't know. I might be getting it confused, but doesn't Hasbro fall into Mattel and aren't they all together? So that would mean Transformers would essentially fall down that line.
I'm not sure. And to be quite honest with you, if they haven't already, just knowing that some sales have gone down with some of the toy companies and all that, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them consolidate. You know, like one company by another or whatever.
What's He-Man? Is He-Man under Mattel?
I can't remember, man.
I'm looking now.
They had a lot, and they would come out with some sets that people just want.
Because they've done like the Castle Grayskull, and didn't they do like that staff or whatever from oh my God, Skeletor.
No, Hasbro has Wizards of the Coast, Play School, Tonka, Milton Bradley, and some others.
Okay, so they're not part of Mattel.
Yeah, but imagine make some Monopoly set or something, a Monopoly build like the guy with the top hat, or I don't know, the little dog or something. I don't know. I'm just saying there's a lot of potential if you really want to.
Definitely.
The bigger thing is like these are nipping into Lego, you know, and I just feel like I think a lot of them, obviously Lego will keep the lion's share, but I think a lot of them are definitely going to take away, you know. I say this all the time, and I see it all the time. Every time I'm at like a Walmart or something, it's not like I'd say every 5 times I go to Walmart, at least 1 or 2 times I'll hear a parent or somebody say something about like how expensive Lego is when I'm in the Lego aisle, just to themselves, or you know, or somebody like the person that works at Walmart, they'll be talking about it. The other day I was in the clearance aisle, and this guy was in front of me. I was waiting for him to move, and he looks at this Lego set. He's like, "This is on clearance and it's still $80." He threw it back on the shelf, dude, and walked away. But you know, I'm just saying it's going to be interesting to see over the next few years, like how this will affect, you know, certain things.
I think it's a quarterly thing. I'm interested to see how it's going to affect their quarter now, because even though we're like, oh, you know, Mattel has done this, Mattel is Mega Bloks, so they're not new to this. They're just expanding.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. But I tell you, man, they've already been doing a good job with that Mercedes, man. That car is hot, dude. That's a nice looking car. And I don't know what the price of it is, but I'm sure it's fairly reasonable if I had to guess. So let's see real quick. I just want to jump back in the chat before we hit the news again. Whittaky, what's going on? Good morning to you, or good afternoon to you. Scott's Blocks out there says everything I bought it from May was double points. Right on. At least get your points on, man. Get cooped. Good morning to you. Renee says we are in line to get the Grogu right now. Right on. Stephanie says that I paid $0 for that last 3 modulars using points. The last 3 modulars using points. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. At least utilize that stuff to your flow. And look, I know this again sounds whatever, negative conspiracy or whatever, but I'm sure one of the reasons they took away the calendar years ago was because, you know, they don't want us being strategic. They want us to buy something and to be like, oh man, there's another sale. Let me go. How can I pass that up? Dude, Mrs. Hive is notorious, dude, for just buying stuff because it's on sale. We don't need it. But she's like, 3 for $1. She's like, how can you pass that up? I'm like, watch me walk right past it. Like,
how can you pass that up? Oh, it's 120 Hive and it's completely sold out if you go to the website.
Well, there you go. Let's see here. Brickrider
already sold out.
The
The Mercedes. Oh, Oh man.
Oh wow. And good for them.
Yeah, dude.
Good for them putting out a good product, selling out, competing with a huge, like the biggest toy company in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you feel like you're almost going up against Disney.
They said it's sold out in 150 countries. What a small flex.
God. Hold on, I'm going down the chat. See Papa Trip, good morning to you. It's good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Shai says the Hot Wheels are exclusive to each set. Can't buy them standalone.
Oh, wow.
Gotta buy them with that.
That's even
better.
That's even better.
Look at them cheeky monkeys. Let's see here. Rapture says, wait a minute, a side piece. Are they encouraging cheating? Oh man,
what do you want for Lego? What's going on here?
Let's see here. I'm so happy with my fun hole A-frame, Kevin. Yeah, I do love how on the side of the box, to see if I can actually reach it. It's great. It's great. You know, with a name like Fun Hole, and on the side of the box, you write delight day or night. You can't make it up.
Why would they change their name?
I found it. If anybody wants to get it, they have it at Walmart.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, how much is it at Walmart?
$119.
Walmart with the savings.
Yeah. Anybody want to use my discount? They got it.
There you go. Cabbage Face out there. What's going on, brother? How you doing, my friend? Says stay away from alternative brands, rot your brain and turn you blind. Mattel owned Mega made Hot Wheels before this. He-Man is Mega Mattel.
Okay.
Man, I felt like that was a lot to say.
Yeah.
But good to see you. Thank you for being here, my friend. Let's see. All right, let's just get back to the news real quick.
They have 3 different sizes.
Yeah.
They have like a Speed Champions version that's only $20 and another one that's $50.
I know, it's
Wow.
wild, man.
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars, the complete saga free on Prime Gaming. That's pretty awesome. You know, if you want to play these games, which they are fun. A lot of us have played them over and over and over again. All right, Lego Star Wars Battle Droid with STAP revealed.
Boom.
Yeah, dude, I ain't gonna lie. This is hot.
Yeah.
That's a nice set, man.
That's going with the droids. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lene, where are you putting yours?
Right here, back there somewhere.
I mean, look, and you know it's you want to hear something funny. I can't remember who posted about it. I saw it on Instagram this morning that there have been complaints. Because you can take this droid off. See how he's like standing up here with the gun. But there have been people complaining that you can't like kind of roll them up. You know, like how they hang when they're being transported or whatever.
Oh,
like, you know what, man? Look, and this is coming from me who rants about everything. Like, that's stupid. Get a life.
I bet you they're not the kids either.
Dude, I'm even surprised that you could take it off and stand it like that.
Right.
Because, you know, it comes with the snap. So dude, this is a beautiful looking set.
Cool.
Yeah, man. It looks really great. I'm pleased as punch by it. Oh yeah, there it is. And look, it comes with an exclusive droid.
There we go.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
All right. I'm not gonna say this isn't impressive because it is. That's what I'll say. I don't know if anybody wants to comment on the 10 different 400,000 bricks a piece. You know, why is the cost of Lego going up? Can somebody tell me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Man.
I don't know, but Nicole and Jean are there making it look really cool.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm hating. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, good, because it's really annoying and I don't want to get copyrighted.
They're really cool. I've seen them up close, 2 of them, and I mean, it is a thing. It is a thing.
Okay. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know how well you can ride them, but anyways. Okay, moving on. Lego Star Wars May the 4th, 2025 deals live. Again, probably Amazon, right? Or is this Lego? Lego.
There we go.
Is that Ahsoka ship?
Oh, man.
It is not.
Okay.
But I will just say it is for you since you're the biggest fan.
I built the Ahsoka ship 2 years ago for our May the 4th show.
Oh. I'll give you $100 right now if you can tell me what the name of the ship is without looking at anything.
There we go.
The burgundy, like the
No.
You fail.
Oh, Red Rover. Is that what you said? Red Rover.
It's not even burgundy. That's what's crazy.
I was
Look,
like,
I want to tell you something. real quick.
The X-Wing. Y'all have all these names.
Look. I failed too. I don't know what the name of it is.
It's the gunner ship.
You could have told me anything. I would have been like,
Gunship.
The Crusoe guard ship. It's the Crusoe guard ship.
What's she talking about? Get out of here.
I said it first.
All right. Let's get back to the news. What is this? I haven't even seen this.
That's cute.
Dude.
That ship.
That's not the cutest little set I have ever seen in my life.
No, I haven't seen that either. What is that?
I feel like it needs a nightlight behind it.
Oh, that would be perfect.
So now that reminds me of Emmasaurus right now. That's so adorable. It screams baby.
Oh yeah.
That's
if it was a fun hole set, it had lights on it.
Exactly. You know what?
It would light up.
The moon would light up.
You watch Fun Hole's going to come out with one to kind of like it. It'd be like a lot more extravagant with lights.
I want 10% Fun Hole.
Be $20 cheaper. Let's see here. Birthday numbers.
So cute.
It's odd.
For kids,
it just looks like a calamity. Why couldn't I don't know, man. It's all right. What is this? Is that a spider?
Is it an octopus or it is a spider? The itsy bitsy spider.
Oh, maybe because it has what is it? The number 8, or what is it? Maybe because it has 8 legs.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, good one.
Right.
Went up the water spout.
Good interpretation, Lego.
Down came the rain.
Dude, it's pointing at its butt. All right, birthday party cake. I think they make one of these like every year, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
And I love it.
Oh, look, you can put all your candles in there.
I only need 23.
It's so adorable. All right, let's see here. Promo bricks in the house. Lego Star Wars sales launched. Yes. Special offers for insiders. I didn't know about the special offers.
And that's Lando, right? That's God dang it. That's not Lando?
Oh my God.
Lando Lakes butter. Oh.
No, I'm serious, y'all. That's not Lando?
That's not Lando.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And that's not Yoda. before we even get there, okay?
Yeah.
I quit.
I quit.
I was trying to look at today. I quit.
All right, let's go on to some other news. Go follow Brick Clicker. Dude, I gotta tell you, man, I'm not a fan of Technic, but these cranes go hard, and they probably like actually dig stuff up. So if you need to dig stuff up and want to spend, I don't know, $300 probably. I don't know how much this thing is, man, but I'm sure it's a lot of money.
It's up there.
Yeah. Another one. Oh, this is City. Rock on. Dude, that's a nice looking bulldozer for City.
Yeah.
Oh, that is.
Dang.
It's good to have, like if you're building a city, to put in an empty space.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what's up, man. Yeah, because I've got a few smaller type of construction stuff. You know what I mean? But that's a nice looking bulldozer. Holy cow.
That's cool.
I'm scared to wonder how much it might be. Damn it. I'm sorry I was bringing up the price, but I can't get this Lego for free, and stealing is illegal. So
I might pick that up.
I might have to. That was in the City, man. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh.
Now that's like too. That cat brand, right? The CATs.
Well, that comes with the truck too. That's nice.
Yep.
Wow, that's only 793 pieces. That's wild that these two have less pieces. Oh no, it is more, but not by much. Huh. Anyways, I mean, that's cool.
That's cool.
I mean, at least you got a Winter Wonderland going on.
Yeah, they have a train now.
I like that darker blue though. I like that combo.
Yeah. The color scheme is nice. I ain't gonna lie, that is good. I don't know what's going on here, man. It's just awfully bare.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's just a wall.
Another opening for a filler, if you want to say that. You could probably mock that out and maybe make it like a grand kind of thing, but it's more of a filler. Buy
a couple of them,
yeah, that's gonna be a lot to mod that.
Yeah. I mean, because it's 752 pieces, I'm sure it's gonna be up there.
What would you mod it into?
Well, I mean, you could probably dome that out. That little clear piece, you'd probably get 3 sets and dome that out and have them
Yeah.
coming around into that. Yeah.
Because you can see on the box here, like kind of how they would have it, I guess, you know, which is this part's cool and all, but even this stuff still feels kind of bare, but whatever. Yeah. You know, you could buy a few or just get pieces and build
part it out. Right.
Yeah.
It looks half done.
This is nice. It's a nice standard rescue jet.
Didn't they release this plane, but the fin or the tail part was wrong? It looks like it's the same one. They just fixed the tail part.
Maybe. I don't remember for sure. That's definitely that's definitely a lighter yellow going on there, man. That's for sure. But yeah, that's a nice little addition, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the same. Oh no, well the face is different and the back
you know,
part,
if you're into cars and you got a shelf with models and stuff, this would look nice as like a little display piece. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. They got creative with that. That's good. Ooh. I'm a fan of boats. I like this boat. I like that shape. I'm sure it's expensive, man, because that's probably a brand new mold too. Because I've never seen one slope down like this, and then in the front, quite like that. You get a shark. That's awesome. Getting a little life raft.
Oh, that little life raft is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got a handful of them, but it's always nice to get a new one. And I don't think I got one with the studs. Is that new? I think that's. Anybody in the chat know if this is new? The raft with the studs on it like this? I just don't know if I've seen that. Ah, there's the train. You know what this reminds me of? What's that movie that had Captain America in it? Well, not Captain America. Chris Evans, Snowpiercer. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. But anyway,
they've had them spaced, but not like that with the 4-stud. No.
You know, I was bringing up the other night how badly I want them to make a new monorail set. And for some reason, people tell me that they can't do it. I just don't know what's stopping this mega billion-dollar premium, you know, only the best is good enough. I mean, that's a really cool monorail. I mean, man, give us a Disney monorail. Whatever.
They already did that, right?
Maybe a long time ago, and when I was in my dark ages, and that does me no good now.
They've had the 4 studs for a while.
For the Marvel fans, again, for a lot of us, if we got this, we'd have to mod it up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I will say the facade of it is nice, you know, and you get some pretty cool minifigs. You got Spider-Woman up here. Looks like you get another dude. Check this out. I can't get a close up on this Instagram picture right here, but this is from Venom. Is that not weird?
Oh, with the head, right.
I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know what they got him labeled as. I mean, I'm sure they got him as Eddie Brock. So either they got permission from Sony to do this, or they just said like, no, we're just gonna do it because we own Eddie Brock and Venom, and we can do what we want. Because that's clearly I've been a comic book fan since I've been a kid, and I don't want to say I've never seen Venom do anything like that. I don't want to say never, but I cannot recall that ever being a thing until the movie came out, where Venom has like his head stretched out like that on the side. So when I was looking at this set the other day, I was like, is that from the movie Venom? Are they mixing that in with just like the regular Marvel sets now?
Well, let's not forget part 3 where he had the symbiote suit in the Tobey Maguire. Eddie Brock was still part of that. Where what's his name? James Franco took over the Hobgoblin version of it.
I guess it's all kind of connected now, huh?
Right. So,
I mean, that was something I was really worried about, honestly. Just speaking about Sony and stuff like that, I did not like Sony having Spider-Man. I didn't like them sharing Spider-Man with. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved Tobey Maguire. I loved having Spider-Man in the MCU, but I was just like, I feel like something's gonna happen eventually, where you know they're gonna want this or change that, or it's gonna mess up some continuity, or something's gonna happen. You know, but whatever. But yeah, this is a pretty cool set overall. Disney Pixar lamp. I'm excited to see what this will look like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like it will be fairly small. Fortnite. Speed Champions, good stuff. I did want to also. Oh, wait, did I not have it? I guess not. All right. Well, I guess that's all the news for now that I can think of. There were some leaks I wanted to show from Get Cooped.
You forgot the Animal Crossing sets. They're dropping like 5 or 6.
I told you I don't speak Animal Crossing. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Dropping them off
I think the connection was bad. Yeah, he couldn't open that page. It didn't let him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Double crossing.
Yeah.
I feel double crossed.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. There was something I wanted to show real quick from Get Cooped. So if you haven't, go sub to Get Cooped. He has a lot of awesome, good leaks. For the Night fans out there, this is from the Castle, the new Castle. I don't know if it's the 3-in-1 set. Is it the 3-in-1? Whatever they call it, Creator. Creator 3-in-1s. But that's pretty cool shield. That's pretty cool torso.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leg print. Pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely leg print. I don't think it's got arm print, but that's okay. Everything doesn't need arm print. All right. That's news. Whew. It took a little longer than I thought, but these things happen. Let's see. Did I miss any rad comments out there that I should highlight? Just to make sure nobody new jumped in either. So what you built? Is that
with the Porsche?
The Porsche.
So the Porsche is sold for $350 on eBay. That was Multigasm Geek. He mentioned that.
Nice.
Oh,
That's yeah, I was looking at that breaking news. Yeah. Scott says the Mercedes set also has real metal parts.
It does. Yeah.
There we go.
The mirrors are metal.
Well,
that's cool.
The side mirrors, the rearview mirror in the inside, and the wheels, I believe.
That's nice. And that's something also that needs to be mentioned as far as what we were talking about with these other brands is that some of them, like Funhole, will give like lights, I think pretty much in every set that they build. But other, including Funhole, but other brands as well will make a whole new part, a whole new mold, or use something different, which isn't controversial. It's not like Lego hasn't used. Wait, no, those are stickers. Never mind. I was gonna say the mirrors, but those are stickers. I guess glass. No, it's not even glass. It's still plastic. Yeah, I guess it's all totally plastic. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I guess they can do some stuff. Lego's like, no, we won't cross that line.
They've used string for hanging elements. They've used not even, because I was gonna say springs in some parts for shocks.
Right. Yeah, that's right. They have done stuff like that. I think Lego's actually dabbled in, or dabbled in a lot of stuff. What's that name?
No, the NBA sets did have the springs, but even that new brand Builder, BLDR, they have the Squishmallows. They like the tummy is like rubber and it's squishy. It's so cool.
Speaking of rubber, Brick Rider said rubber tube. Yep. Yeah. So, but even beyond like what we would consider like normal as far as parts and stuff goes, like Lego's had their name on all kinds of stuff that's made out of metal or whatever. I mean, if you've looked around, some people make videos about it. I know Sands is really good about making these random videos about like random Lego stuff. Like, dare I say lighters or ashtrays at one time or something. I know I'm not making that up.
Watches.
There was something controversial that they've had their logo on before. But yeah, there's been all kinds of stuff that they've done. Anyways, all right. I think we should go ahead and get our segment out of the way for Minifig Mug Monday. For anybody that's new around here, on Instagram, if you
Lego uses metal. They make metal Technic parts for stock cars.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, because we knew about the springs that they've done at least in the NBA figs. Yep. I can't remember if they've done anything else so for like that kind of stuff, but yeah, if anybody's new around here, if you're on Instagram, if you post a picture with a minifig and a mug, it could be a minifig holding a mug. It could be a mug and then a minifig in front of it. It could be a minifig in your mug, whatever the case may be. But if you post it into hashtag minifig mug Monday, BrickBabe will repost it and then we will highlight it here on the show. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and see minifig mug Monday. There's always good mugs. They're great. Always great mugs. Always great mugs.
They are.
Let's see. Lonely One Kenobi says there's a new snail piece in the Animal Crossing sets. All right, that piques my interest. But does it look? Let me ask you this: does that snail look like it would be in a city set or be in a friend set?
That's real foul.
Maybe so, but it's the truth. And
but you need to know.
In an Animal Crossing set.
I don't know what that means.
Like
somebody in the chat, because I don't speak Animal Crossing. Would it be in a city set or a friend set?
I don't speak Animal Crossing.
But things in Animal Crossing don't exist in like the real world, like bells. That's their like.
So we're gonna make this hypothetical thing where somebody took that snail out of the Animal Crossing set, and then the Animal Crossing set just disappeared out of existence. Where would people they put that snail? Where would that snail be more comfortable being?
This is some hate.
Does it look like a snail?
New Animal Crossing sets.
Does it look like a snail? Which would that also would answer my question, I think. So look, that's cool, and I might like that snail, but I just need to see it. That's all.
I'm looking. I forgot to say Lego.
And look, every once in a while, an animal from Friends can cross over. I like it enough; it can cross over. The dolphins are a good example. I've got some Friends dolphins in my ocean, and nobody sees them that much. So they can't tell like that they would actually look like they talk to you instead of just like actually just being like a normal dolphin.
I don't see it.
Me neither.
I'm not sure.
You're looking for it too?
Yeah, I'm looking for it to see. Most likely it would be in a set in the forest, maybe. You know when they put little things under rocks behind a tree in the back area?
The snails
it
live
looks
on
like
the
it would
bushes
be hidden. It would
by
be
the
hidden
residents' homes. When it rains, the snails are on the bushes by the residents' home, and you can catch them.
Look,
is it a molded piece?
Yeah, probably. I would think so. I think it would be because I don't think I've ever seen one. These are the important questions that we need to know. So, all right, listen, everybody. I'm going to show everybody a.
Oh, here's the snail.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Where you at?
Not even an Animal Crossing fan is gonna like it.
Hold on.
Okay.
So it looks like a part. And then there's like the I don't know if it's boo-boo or whatever. It changes like ice cream or boo-boo on top of it.
Yeah, it looks like poop
emoji. They missed the mark on that. They missed. They could have definitely did just the mold.
It's in the mold though.
I need.
It's like a piece and then a poop on top of it.
That looks cool though. I love it. I love it.
Look, I'm just saying it kind of looks like a.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, especially with the two eyes. The eyeballs look very suspect.
This is a family show. I think somebody might have set us up to show that live.
I just said the eyeballs look suspect.
I'm just saying. Goodness gracious, man, that was
back to the rose.
That was quite the snail. All right, you guys. I am going to show something, but we are going to need the sound. I'm hoping I'm not going to get copyrighted for this, but if I do, I do. It's for you guys. It's for the fans. But we're going to need to hear some of it. All right. Let me get rid of this. All right, let's see. First, I'm going to show you something that has to do with science. And it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. It's hard to explain, so we're just going to get right into it.
item in the new Curiosity box. It's been released by Vsauce and his friends. They're called Curiosity Bricks. I did some experiments on these bricks, and I got some really unexpected results. They look just like Lego bricks, but happen to be made out of metal rather than plastic. Specifically, they're made of brass, an alloy of aluminum, an alloy of zinc, and steel. Notice that the creators of the Curiosity box indicate the steel brick has a darker shade than the zinc one. Well, you know I love doing experiments, so that's what I started doing on these bricks. And, well, I noticed some curious results. The brass brick was attracted to a magnet, which didn't make any sense to me. Brass is not known to be magnetic. The aluminum one didn't stick to a magnet, and neither did the steel one, but the zinc one did. Again, a curious result. Zinc's not known to be magnetic. I decided to find the density of each brick, which required a measurement of both mass and volume. I realized each brick could be treated as a rectangular solid because the knobs on the top of each brick fit perfectly into the holes on the bottom. I got out my old school calipers and measured the length and width of each brick at 1.55 centimeters and the height at 0.95 centimeters. Overall, this gave a volume of each brick at 2.28 centimeters cubed. The mass measurements came out as follows. Brass, 19.842 grams. Aluminum, 6.389 grams. Zinc, 18.274 grams. And steel, 15.779 grams. I next calculated the density of each brick and tabulated the values. This column lists the densities I measured, while this column shows the expected density based on the alloy the folks at the Curiosity box say each brick is made of. The brass and the aluminum check out, but there's a pretty big mismatch with the zinc and the steel. But check this out. If the brick with the darker shade is really made of zinc, while the lighter shade brick is made of steel, everything checks out. This also solves the riddle of the magnetic behavior of the lighter brick. Stainless steel can indeed be attracted to magnets, while zinc cannot. To confirm my suspicions, I decided to visit the Lumigen Instrument Center at Wayne State University, where Dr. Cassie Ward could help me with some X-ray experiments. She used an X-ray fluorimeter, which is an instrument that shines X-rays on metal samples. This causes the elements in the metals to give off their own X-rays. Because every element gives off its own characteristic X-ray in this experiment, the X-rays emitted can be analyzed to figure out what elements are in the sample. And sure enough, the X-ray results were consistent with my density experiments. The lighter shaded brick contained elements consistent with those found in steel, while the darker shaded brick contained a lot of zinc. We also found that the brass brick contained over 10 times the expected amount of iron, which might explain why this brick was attracted to a magnet. You know, these Curiosity bricks are a lot of fun. You might want to buy some for yourself, and then you can fact check Vsauce too.
So that was some science for everybody. The next thing I wanted to show off was something actually a little more fun. By the way, yo, there's Quarter Brick out there. What's going on?
What up?
We miss you. All right, so this next thing, where is it? You know what? Oh, hold on. It was on this threads thing here. Make sure the volume's on.
There's a way better in. What's going on?
Really, right? Wait, what's up with your Wi-Fi?
Sorry, I'll fix it. See?
Take them off! What are we gonna do? Give me a little. Get him! Get him! Okay. Let's go! The guns are overheated! That was awesome.
That was wizard.
I got this.
You didn't see him.
Pretty cool.
I like that dude. He's awesome videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of this stuff in the past, but
Yeah,
I was like, you know what, that'd be fun to play on May the 4th.
That
So
was cool. So they use those little sticks to like fight with. That's cool. How he was like knocking stuff out.
Yo, well, listen. You might have trouble getting your Starbucks drink or getting into your car after the show.
yeah.
That is crazy.
No, I mean that's
they're gonna
cool.
recognize you. Mm-hmm. Those things, those light sting thing. Yeah, come on.
You're supposed to be the biggest fan.
Yes,
You're the biggest fan.
You got the shirt on.
I know. Got this.
I am. You know, the biggest Star Wars fan, like we were going to shout out Star Wars fans today, and I'm going to do it right now. The biggest Star Wars fan I know that I've learned a lot from is Andre. Like, I don't know a bigger Star Wars fan. Andre, Gene, I'm trying to think, like, as far as content.
Yes.
I'm like, you know, there are some people right in front of you that also know a lot about Star Wars. But hey, you know, it's just like, it's about the shirt. It's about the shirt.
I have a shirt too, and I know Jack.
That
doesn't qualify you. I even have my Grogu ears. I can't find.
I'm a fake fan. I don't know what the name of Ahsoka's ship is, so you know, that's just how that goes.
It's called the gunship. Gunner.
It's called the gunship. There you go.
Don't hate.
Well, you know, since
Billy D is Lando.
Since we are talking about Star Wars, let's talk about Star Wars. And chat, please participate if you feel so inclined. So let's start with some favorite stuff. Because what we got? Well, we got a good half an hour, so we can get into some more stuff later. But let's start with some favorite stuff. Does anybody have a favorite droid? Anybody?
I do.
Really?
I'm gonna fool you, R2D2. Oh yes!
Beep beep beep.
Beep beep beep.
I know Chopper's a big hit with a lot of people. I gotta tell you, I also probably would say R2. R2's kind of had a special place in my heart for a long time. I like that R2 was, R2's an astromech droid, but I like to consider R2 kind of like a mechanic, or like a kind of a maintenance technician.
Me too.
And that's what I've done for like 20 some years. So I just felt like this little bond between me and that droid. Let's see. You got one, Mamba?
I mean, I guess I would have to agree. I mean, C-3PO, he's a little condescending, but I guess, R2. He's the go-to.
He's like the gold guy. Like
C-3PO, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, there's been so many times, like, look, we all know R2 can be a little spicy, you know what I mean? But there's been so many times I'm like, dude, C-3PO. Like, what do you... I don't know. Very, condescending, very rude.
Yeah. Yeah, super rude.
But, he speaks like, whatever, 6 billion languages or something. So,
IG-11. He's dope. He's like the John Wick of droids. So yeah.
Another good one would be KS2O.
KS2O, right.
That's a good one.
I can't remember the name.
Right. Yeah, that one.
Chopper.
No, KS2O.
Chopper is cool. I mean,
yeah, Chopper, like I said, definitely Chopper grew to be very popular amongst the fans.
I guess it's the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
of the droid.
Because it's weird because there's a lot of droids in the shows and movies and all that, or they're just droids, like they're just robots. Like you wouldn't think anything much of them, but then you got other ones that just have these wild personalities.
The BD1,
yeah, BD1, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That BD1, what was the other one? BB-8 was also a really
BB-8,
cool
right.
I thought that was very I can't think of the right word, but very cool the way they designed, BB-8 to kind of get around.
Have you seen it up close? Like seeing it actually move like that is really
not
cool.
like a life-size version, but I did.
Yeah, I saw it at Comic-Con.
Remote control version and it
was really cool.
Yeah, it's neat because it's like something to do with the magnet and the way they get the wheels kind of in there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I did a BB-8 brick sketch, if I'm not mistaken. It's orange and white.
Yes. We have it on the wall. Yep.
That's
we got some R2 fans out there, some Chopper fans.
Andre says C-3PO. Is that Andre?
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't know if I got that one yet, but yeah, probably. R2 is the OG. Yeah. I mean, no doubt R2 is either real or like the OG droids. You know what I mean? But I can't. I'm not saying there aren't fans of C-3PO, but over the years, it's just always been like R2's been like, and plus R2 was close to Luke, so there's
right.
A lot of people. Look at Andre. Of course, Andre would pick C-3PO. Watch that sass, Captain Sassy Pants. Dude, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure R2 gets as annoyed as most people with C-3PO. I would only imagine you know, it because you can't really understand R2 obviously unless there's like a translator thing or whatever. But I just feel like R2 is loyal to his friend C3PO, but I feel like almost in a way he's more loyal to like the cause, or something, because he's he's followed Luke, like and stuff, and been such a hero. But the great thing about C3PO and R2 is they've been in like every single movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
And
that was one of the
map. He holds the key.
Mm-hmm. And I remember when the prequels came out, I was just fascinated to see the origins of C3PO and R2. I was like, and I thought they were great origins, because a lot of times for some characters, I'm like, dude, either we don't need an origin or you're probably gonna not do it right or something. But I thought, like, and it just ironically, Anakin built C3PO. But let's see, AP5 plays the no nonsense droid way better than C3PO. There's some droids out there I don't even know. Could you imagine Chopper in the movies instead of R2? Different storylines would have happened. Oh yeah, that would have went a whole different timeline if it was R2 instead of Chopper instead of R2. Not a droid, but I love Boba Fett. Well, we'll get there. I got a bunch of favorites. K2SO is yes, definitely a good one. All right, next one. What would be your favorite Jedi? What would be your favorite Jedi?
I mean, Anakin as a Jedi. Because my question for Hive would be after these questions, because I definitely have a big question for him. And you too, Lynette, because you're the biggest fan here. But definitely for Hive and for Andre, because Andre is here. But Anakin as a Jedi. Anakin as a Jedi. That's my favorite. Because he was for it. He was for, Anakin's father. Luke's father. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going Luke. Luke all the way.
Luke, he was too full of himself too, but I think Anakin as a Jedi for me.
Because you think some answers would be obvious, like the Luke or Anakin thing and stuff, and I get it, but it's tough for me, man, because I've always had a strong, I don't know, respect or whatever you would call it. I was just fictional characters, but towards Yoda and Mace Windu.
Mace.
Yoda, because just how deep and insightful and stuff Yoda is, and how I gotta tell you, man, I've seen all three of the prequel movies in the theater when they came out. That's because that's how old I am. When Attack of the Clones came out, that scene when Yoda fights Count Dooku, dude, we lost our freaking minds, man. Because that wasn't in the trailers. Because this is before the internet. So we didn't get to see all this stuff. Like the only time you saw a trailer was like if you went and saw a movie, you know what I mean, or on TV or something. But so we didn't know that was going to happen. So yeah, man, when he pulled out that lightsaber, because we all dreamed of seeing Yoda, how does he fight? Like he's so crippled and old, dude.
Absolutely.
And then it made total sense, because he's an amphibious type creature. You know what I mean? So him hopping around like a lizard or whatever, yeah, but I remember the whole theater we lost it, dude, because we'd never seen that before. So that kind of had a special place in my heart, and just on top of Yoda being really cool. But the thing about Mace is Mace was so calm and stern in a way, like his demeanor, he wasn't wavering, you know what I mean? But I read a lot of stories and stuff about Mace Windu, long time ago, and some comics and stuff like that, and I got to kind of learn a lot more about his lore and everything. So it's really tough, but I'd probably go with Yoda, just because of
Sam asked for his lightsaber to be purple.
Yeah. And I believe it's the only one as well. And one of the stories I read was about him finding that kyber crystal and how rare it was and stuff. And but it spoke to him and everything. And good stuff, man. So it's a tough call between Yoda and Mace, but I would definitely probably go with Yoda. So let's see, what's the chat out there saying? A lot
of people are saying Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Obi-Wan's a good one.
Yeah,
Yoda's a hypocrite. Don't get me started. Because look, the whole Jedi Council, and just Jedi in general, to the point of Phantom Menace, they got really full of themselves. And they got way too political, and instead of focusing on what their original duty was, and then of course the involvement in the wars and stuff, so there's a lot of stuff we can us hardcore Star Wars fans have
Ahsoka
and will again debate. What was she saying about Ahsoka? Because she's challenged the dumb Jedi rules that Anakin is a Jedi second, right? That's what I'm saying. They did. I think they did Anakin dirty too. This unstable Padawan, and you're trying to get him to sneak around with like what's Palpatine doing and like playing both sides, and dude, that's a lot of pressure, man. If you ever seen movies like oh man, what was the one had all the famous guys in it, Jack Nicholson and stuff, and the Rat, and the cops, and like double agent stuff. I don't know, but anyways, it's a lot of pressure. I couldn't imagine. But the Jedi Council, right? Obi-Wan, Kenobi, Mace for Jedi, Raven for Sith. We haven't gotten to Sith yet. Gonna head out. It's brunch time. Brunch, not quite breakfast, not quite lunch. It's brunch.
That's why you have no service, because you're cruising and we're not.
Well, enjoy your brunch. I would like to enjoy some brunch.
Brunch.
What's that drink you get with brunch? Is it Bloody Mary?
I thought it was mimosa.
Oh, mimosas.
Oh, Jay already said she got the drink package. She was like, she thought the drink package was going to keep her from being coherent here, but the service is what kept her from being on.
Well, it doesn't matter. I don't even need to have drinks to get loosey goosey. But I think Bloody Mary is actually supposed to cure hangovers, if I'm not mistaken. You stick a piece of celery in it. I don't know.
I thought it was alcohol.
Well, I guess more alcohol makes the last alcohol feel better. Don't ask me. I don't drink that much.
I don't either.
Oaktown in the house. What's going on? Good morning to you. What a key. Good one between Kia Ade Monday and Kit Fisto. I will tell you though, I'm not a fan of Kia Ade Monday though. I don't really have anything good to say about that dude. I'm kind of glad Order 66 got the. Never mind. I'm just kidding. But Kit Fisto, I'm all about some Kit Fisto. Good stuff. Okay, next one. Favorite Sith. Woo! Woo! Represent.
Me
first. I would say it's not Dark Vader, it's Darth Vader. That's my favorite Sith. See? Is that right? He's a bad guy? The Sith?
Yeah, Darth Vader. I mean,
it's
okay.
Complex. It's complex.
I'm still
I'm
transitioning. Right. I'm going through all the transitions. I'm still sticking with it.
I'm going to say Darth Revan would be mine. I am in one of my favorite characters of all time. But if it were a close second, would be Darth Bane.
How about this, Ray?
Oh,
let's hear it out, because she does possess all the potential from both and the bloodline. So,
dude,
how about in that little opposition where Ray is dark, or the Dark Falcon up there? You looking at it?
Listen, man. I will say I would probably pick that as well, but I can't top Revan right now. But the reason I say that is because I love Darkseid Ray. Like, I can have some criticism about Rey and the two other sequel movies. I liked her in Force Awakens for the most part. What I mean? I thought she was a cool character and everything. But Darkseid Rey, dude, I remember telling everybody I wanted her to just kill everybody, embrace Palpatine, embrace the dark, do it, embrace it. And then at the end, just sitting on a throne like Conan, just ruling with an iron fist, dude. Give me that. That will exceed my expectations.
Yeah, Kylo knew it. They all knew it. Kylo knew it. Luke knew it.
Dude, that would have been cool. So yeah, I'm feeling you on that one. That would have been good. Mm-hmm. Shark teeth and everything. Maul.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
Yeah, that's a popular one.
That's definitely. The red and black one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
See,
red and black one.
I know more than y'all.
There are others that are red and black, but yes, that's the most popular one. Actually, one that's supposed to be in the Maul show coming out is Darth Talon, a female that looks almost like a female version of Maul, but she got tentacles on her head,
right,
or whatever they're called. I can't remember.
Vader got a show coming out too.
What? Vader?
Cartoon. Yeah, he has a cartoon show. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Interesting. Revan Barriss Offee. I feel like that's almost like a deep cut answer there, Pink Wheels. Good call. Balin Skull. Good answer. That's a good one. Savage Oppress. Yep, another good one. I would also say another great one would be Darth Nihilus.
There we go.
That's definitely, I think, a deep cut as well. That's like a planet eater or something.
What about Darth Jar Jar?
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I was talking about that with somebody the other day. What?
Yo, she's playing right now.
No, I'm serious. It's like a blue elephant. Look, it has the. Come on, y'all.
No, man. Go.
Y'all post so much on IG. I don't need to even watch Star Wars. I know so much now.
That's good.
He's like the big blue guy that kind of looks like.
No.
That's
You're gonna make me forget even who we're talking. Oh, Darth Jar Jar.
Yeah.
I'm like, I forgot who we were talking about.
Okay.
All right. So the whole. Real quick for Lene, I'm going to explain to Lene real quick. So there was like this conspiracy theory, that in the prequels that Jar Jar, he's so happy, was actually a Sith.
Yep.
Yeah, there was like these little signs that people would be like, oh, he did this. That's a Sithy thing, you know what I mean? And I would say out of all the things that they said, some of them were like really silly, you know what I mean? But there was a couple of them that were like, One of the things, but I blame this on his stupidity more than anything, is making you guys. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it wrong, but he was the final vote or something to give Palpatine the whatever executive powers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, Lego was like, oh yeah, let's lean into that and make a Darth Jar Jar, which is really cool.
Jar Jar. Yep.
That was a really cool thing of Lego to agree to do.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think it was Lego's idea. There was that one dude's idea, but it was still really awesome. They let it happen.
I noticed nobody said Kylo Ren, which is wow. I mean, he was pretty much like full of himself, but yeah, right, exactly. Nobody said Kylo Ren.
And look, and I don't want to throw shade. I think that again, we're not going to get into it, but the movies were just like a tug of war back and forth. I think Kylo Ren had a lot of good character arc. He was a pretty cool villain, but he was just all over the place, man. You know what I mean? Like as far as like a character, and it was confusing.
He had daddy issues, and then a relationship with Rey, and there was a lot of things going on.
Yeah. But they could have done a lot of really cool stuff with it. And you would have thought that when they came around to the last Skywalker, or I mean the Rise of Skywalker, that they would have had him like come in and be like the main villain. You know what I mean? Since they wanted it with Rey, why would you bring Palpatine back?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gave her the arc. Yeah, just became the storyline.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm all about Plo Koon, Light, and Darth Malgus, Dark. Nice. That's good. That's a good pick. Emotional wreck Kylo. He was, man. He was. All right, everybody. What is your favorite? Let me check how we're doing on time. Oh, we're okay. What is your favorite ship? Does anybody have a favorite ship?
The Ahsoka ship. Yeah. I built it, so whatever. I bought it and built it. That Ahsoka ship.
It is called the T6 Jedi Shuttle.
The T6 Jedi Shuttle. That's my favorite.
There you
go. You got one, Mamba?
Yes, the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, had to go with that one, right?
They're all over. I have them big, small. I have different versions of them. I was gifted the Millennium Falcon UCS set by Lego, so it holds a dear spot close
I think
to
a
me.
lot of us. That's a big one. And I would say that's always been at the top of my list, but Razor Crest went right above it. I ain't gonna lie, not by much, but look, and the reason I've always loved the Falcon, not just because of the sentimental value and nostalgia and all this, but I've always liked ships that you can walk around in, sit down and play some cards, maybe a little kitchenette, somewhere to sleep. Right. You don't have to be luxury, but just because if you're traveling through space, you
need all that.
Be out there for a while, almost like if you're on a boat. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want to just be like a little tiny boat, just something enough to maybe go down in and have a little bit of a den or something. So the Falcon, obviously, really cool like that. But the Razor Crest was also in that vein as well. So yeah, the Razor Crest is for me. I will say that. Yeah. What did you say, Longoria? Were you going with the Falcon too?
No, yeah, I was going with the Falcon too. Yeah.
What do we got out there?
Nostalgic than anything,
Yeah. Falcon, Razor Crest, Falcon, hands down, beyond iconic. Love. Yeah. That ship. I mean, because I'm trying to think, if we've had that kind of, I know relationship's kind of a weird word, but a relationship with a ship and the movies like we did, with the Falcon, because it wasn't just about, because we learned so much about some ins and outs of that ship, everything is hunk of junk. Remember when you try and go into the warp speed, or not warp speed, that's Star Trek, sorry, but hyperspace, it'd fail. Always constantly working on it, man.
And it's still going into the next generation of Star. Yeah, it's still going. So definitely.
Yeah, so definitely it's iconic in so many ways. Oh, the Ghost. Yeah, that's probably my third favorite, man. Because they're all the same in that way. Like the Ghost is another one that you can like walk around in. I've mentioned so many times. I really would like to see a UCS Ghost.
That would be awesome. It'd probably be a big build because it has a sub build.
Yeah, well, and that's been my argument about like, I know it's got to be something more iconic, like a big gray basketball, for the Death Star. But like, I was like, dude, the first $1,000 set would make sense in my opinion to make the Ghost. Because think about it, the Falcon's 800. This thing is just as girthy, if not maybe a little more than the Falcon. You know what I mean? So there's your $800, whatever, and that's not even including like if you charge a little bit more for it anyways. Then you got the Phantom, another ship on top of it. Then you could throw out like whatever dozen different figs. Yeah,
that might be it. That might be a shout out to Hive if Lego decides next year to make the Ghost UCS. Shout out to Hive.
Because, dude, I think about how detailed and beautiful that UCS Falcon is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they did a Ghost, I know it is like it does a fake fan. I should get the Falcon, but if they did a Ghost, even for $1,000, I would try and save for it. I would try and save for it if it looked good enough. Yeah. All right, let's see here. What's next? Let's see. We're doing fine. Favorite movie? Yeah. This is a tough one for some people because sometimes they move around a lot. Because my top three have always been Empire, Revenge of the Sith, and Rogue One slipped in there, man. Just how well it was done. They fluctuate.
I like Rogue One. Yeah.
They fluctuate. But I think I'd still have to go with Empire as far as the top for me. Just because of the bookend part of it, not the bookend part of it, but like the cliffhanger. I would say Return of the Jedi if it wasn't for those Ewoks, but Ewoks ruined it for me, man.
The Ewoks were cool. I like Return of the Jedi. I think it was kind of cool.
Dude, everything up until
until the Ewoks.
Dude, because the beginning part, like the whole operation to get Han and Chewie, you know what I mean? In Jabba's palace, like that whole thing, dude. Lando was already undercover. You got Luke, how we've never seen him before, with some dark robes on, man. You know what I mean? Like confidence. Like that was the biggest thing I noticed even as a kid. When he walked into Jabba's palace and just like the guards just kind of put him to sleep or whatever, just walking in there, man, like he owned the place. Not scared at all with all that was surrounding him. I remember thinking that all them bad guys, and he didn't even look like had any fear. That whole thing, dude. But then, nub. So like I said, Empire for me.
Favorite.
I know, I'm so petty, dude. Anyways, Mamba, what about you, man? Empire?
I'm on that Empire.
I hear you.
I wasn't too much of a fan of the upcoming because it does leave a lot of, room for interpretation on different things that are about to happen because there are more movies coming. But Empire, Clone Wars cartoon, like Clone Wars is good for me. Cartoon version, Bad Batch. Like I'm rewatching Clone Wars now, so
they've done really good with a lot of the.
I'm doing it with Little Brick. Me and him were watching it. So, but Empire.
Yeah. And like the Clone Wars series, that whole whatever 8 seasons or something, man. Like it's a lot of really awesome lore in there, man. And plus the cartoons, the new cartoons they've done. I don't like all of them, but like definitely like whatever Tales of the Jedi was good. The whole thing with Count Dooku and stuff. Like there's been a lot of good stuff that's come out. Andrew, what about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, I really like Return of the Jedi. I mean, I did like the Ewoks. I was probably at that age where
I mean they're obviously iconic.
Yeah. It was just I just think that one kind of was a good all around movie, for me.
Does our favorite Star Wars fan up here have a favorite movie?
I thought you were talking about movies in general, so I had my top 3. But
like
no,
regular movies.
Yeah, regular movies. I didn't realize. I forget there's more than one. Yeah, I haven't seen it, guys. So I've never seen Star Wars.
It's okay. No, yeah.
And you know, just for me, I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen any of the new ones.
Really?
I've only seen, you know, the old school 3. Like,
then you know what? You should just stay like that.
Honestly. Yeah, because I always got a lot of.
You don't want to ruin anything. You don't want to.
Well, I always got a lot of like, oh, they weren't good, or they didn't keep up. You know what I'm saying? Like those first couple that came out. So like, I just didn't keep up with it. So I'm totally not even. I don't know any of the new characters, any of that kind of stuff really, because I'm just old school, and the old school 3 that I grew up on, you know.
The Force Awakens, you know, like I said, there's definitely some critiques with it, but I think it's fun. It's an overall good movie. You know what I mean? I loved, again, the setup with Rey, dude. The stuff with Finn, I'm so mad they didn't do something better with Finn, dude, because a stormtrooper rebelling, you know what I mean?
But like, he's able to yield the.
And then we thought for sure. And then in the last movie, like I wanted to tell Rey something. Like I think that's what they said it was. Like he was force sensitive. Like I don't know, man. But
yeah.
So, but from the start, you know, it was really cool. You know, yeah. But then if you just try and keep going, it'll really upset you. Yeah. So you're probably better off that. So Jedi for you. Let's see here. What else we got? Razor Crest. Best line. Right, got that. Rogue One. Nice. Empire. Clerks proved it. Rogue One is. God, that's a good reference. That's a good reference, Pink Wheels. Yeah. I'll have to play that sometime for somebody, but for everybody, but I don't know. I'll definitely get copyrighted. Attack of the Clones, Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith. Wow, Attack of the Clones is the first one. That's not one you see often. Mm-hmm. I think Attack of the Clones gets way too much grief. And I think part of it is because of the whole Anakin and Padme love stuff and how kind of cheesy, cringe, bad acting, whatever, you know, stuff they say about it. It's, you know, it's whatever, but there's a lot of good stuff in Attack of the Clones, man, especially the Battle of Geonosis. We see Jango Fett get killed. I always mention, man, one of the most exciting Star Wars scenes is like in the beginning when Obi-Wan jumps out that window to grab that assassin droid or whatever, and he's just like floating around, you know, and then Anakin catches up to him, and that whole speed chase with I can't even think right now, but just that whole sequence was just phenomenal. But yeah, good stuff. Luthen, that ship, Luthen ship from Andor. That is an awesome ship, no doubt about it. Favorite creature, yeah, that was I had Alien, but that's kind of a tough one, I guess, in a way. I'm not really sure. What would be like my favorite alien or creature. Yeah, I don't know. I have to really probably think about that one. I know I wrote the question, but I didn't put too much thought into it. See, Revenge of the Sith being your favorite. Ewok's mastery of guerrilla warfare are what prevented the Empire from winning. Ultra, we can definitely get into that debate at another time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just going to chalk it up as the stormtroopers can't aim.
Right.
Because I just don't know how your blasters. Now, look, one stormtrooper in the middle of the night surrounded by a bunch of Ewoks, I'll give it to you. You know, they got spears, you know, right. Or maybe they'll catch you in a net or something, you know. In the broad daylight, and you got a whole army with guns, lasers, and then, you know, machines and. Babu Frick, that's a good one. Lothcat, is that how it's pronounced? Lothcat, and then Sarlacc, Bendu, Veracto. I can never say that word. If you watch the Clone Wars, if you watch the Clone Wars series, like I'm sure you probably know a lot of different creatures and animals. I did always like. I didn't have a favorite, but I liked all three of the creatures that were in Attack of the Clones when they were in the arena. I always thought those things were pretty cool. It's probably one of these ones that you guys just talked about. The Lothcat, I think, might be. I can't remember, but all right, we'll go with one more because we got to end the show here in a second. Does anybody have a favorite gift with purchase?
Star Wars gift with purchase or just in general?
No, Star Wars gift.
Oh.
Mine would
like that.
Mine would be the Darth Revan polybag. I would say that's probably my favorite.
I got one about 4 years ago. It was like, I think they called it the Dune. It was like nothing but sand, and there was a little like crawler on it.
Yeah, it was one of the little, I think, what do they call them? Dioramas?
Yes. Hands, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
I'm okay with the keychains.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, because they're just in there to hang in my. I have a different display for different things. It falls under my non-Lego kind of collector, Star Wars collector things, like the popcorn bucket that we just got.
Yeah.
So that would fall in there.
Okay. Yeah. So yours was the diorama brick babe. You got one, Andrew?
I'm trying to think of some of the ones that I've gotten. I've only gotten a couple of them.
Even if you haven't got them, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Like, okay. Yeah.
Just your favorite. I see Aunt Beru hands down. I know Aunt Beru definitely was a favorite for a lot of people. I get why they did it. I'm just petty, and I wanted a bounty hunter, Jedi, Sith, even a really cool droid. Not Aunt Beru in the kitchen, but that was just me. Just got the mini Millennium Falcon give a purchase.
Oh, that one's kind of cool. I guess
I got that from Target.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's cool. Like, you can just get one if you buy a certain amount of stuff. I know a lot of people are really happy and like the new training facility with the clone cadets. I know that's a popular one. Yeah, there you go. I'll be
the
selling
lightsabers
mine.
are cool.
Yeah. I kind of wish they would have gone more with that. I was pretty mad because they did 2 Luke Skywalker ones and then the Yoda one. But I'm like, dude, there's so many cool lightsabers, man. I remember, this was a few years ago now. I bought Ryan, M&R Productions. I bought him a lightsaber book. It's really nice. It's like, I remember flipping through it and I was like, man, there's a lot more lightsabers than I even realized. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool ones that they could do.
The mini Death Star was good gift for purchase.
That was a nice little display piece too.
Yeah.
Quite like the Han Solo and Carbonite. Yep. All right, everybody. It is an hour and 59 minutes. So we do have to wrap things up. I just wanted to say really quick that I appreciate all of you. Again, just wanted to make sure I threw it out there. All of you that came back and supported us. And, because I ain't gonna lie, I had no idea if anybody really would even kind of show back up. I was like, maybe like a couple people might show up or something like that, but no, there was a lot of you here, so I appreciate it. Also, if you could please like the stream, the algorithm definitely loves that a lot. I also, it touches my heart as well. Before we get out of here, just wanted to go around the panel, and we'll start with Brick Mamba. Is there anything you want to shout out or promote or anything like that?
Well, stay tuned. Got a lot coming up. We got some other shows that we are part of. Shout out to the Random Sunday Show. I am currently working on rebuilding the city and moving the Lego Vault, which will now be the Lego Bank.
Oh.
So it would be open to everybody. It's going to be incoming, outgoing. We just moved to a bigger storage, so that is coming soon. It's going to be a lot of space to film, and you can go through and see what you like, and so that's happening soon.
Right on.
So look forward to that.
Excellent. Building city stuff is fun. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, everybody, I will put the descriptions or links to Brick Mamba and Drewbrickz pages and stuff. Because you guys got YouTube and Instagram, right? I think, right?
Absolutely. And TikTok. We out there. We're doing it.
Right on. LegoLongoria. What about you, my friend? What you got going on?
Well, I started back on my mock again, kind of building that up.
Back on your mock again.
Yeah, changing some stuff on it, adding some things to it. I'm waiting on some parts coming in this week, and I'm going to order some lights for it. So I'm planning on lighting it up in certain spots. So that's getting ready for, Chicago. So getting it all ready to go for that. Got about a month left, and then we're heading out there. So
dude, it's creeping up very fast.
Yeah. So just that's pretty much what I'm going to concentrate on for the next month. Also, don't forget Saturday morning cartoon builds. Y'all show off your cartoon builds for me. Yeah, I'll put that out every Saturday.
Please do. And anything else?
That's it.
All right. What about you, Brick Babe? I know you got 1,000,001 things going on.
I'm tired. I am tired. If you notice, there's less posting. I'm not even on IG as much. I'm tired. So whatever it's like the gingerbread man, catch me when you can.
Yep.
Whatever's going on. I'm like Lego with a million things with sticks. So
and you got the Random Sunday show going on at 6:00 tonight, right?
Our filler show that was just until we got back here has taken a life of its own. So the co-hosts were like, hey, we're going to keep going. So yeah, that's what we have at 6 p.m.
Yeah, come check
so catch us there.
I was trying to see real quick if
we're only in for an hour, so we're very quick. 45 minutes to an hour. So
all right, here we go. Hold on.
We're trying to get Hive on, guys.
I know I'm hard to get sometimes.
And he can answer the question for today if he jumps on.
Facts. We got shout outs today.
Yeah.
And we did a poll. So that's right, we have a poll.
And there's the link to the stream, so you can go over there and hit the notification bell, so that way you won't miss it.
Yeah, come check us out.
Yes. Awesome. Anything else you want to shout out? Oh, all right.
No, but I thought about it. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think Mamba, are you going to Brick World?
I would like to. Me and Lady Mamba were talking about it, so that might be a thing that's happening. Yes.
Yeah, it dawned on me I'll be the only one who's not there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool with Brick World coming up.
Is Jay going to be there?
Jay's going to be there. Oh yeah, Jay's already got her stuff.
Oh, right on. Yeah, actually, just the other day I double checked to make sure my reservation was still there. Because me and Clever Pig are going to share a room.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I just got to figure out if I'm going to be able to do Brick Fair Virginia.
I'm too tired for that. I don't know if I'm doing it.
I know that this is going to be my last Brick World Chicago probably for at least probably a couple years, because I'd like to go see some other stuff too. I'd like to go check out Brick Slopes, Colorado, because
that'd be a good one, man.
Little Hive lives out there, so
yeah, let me know. I want to go to that one for sure.
Yeah, so I can see her too. There's one in California. There's one down in Texas I'd like to go to. I'd like to just kind of go around. Cool. It's even if it wasn't really about the money, it's about trying to get the time off work. I mean, you guys know, it's not easy to just hey, I'm gonna go to this convention that's in another state or something. So, anyways, as far as me, anything, that's coming up. As always, Pure and Fury every Friday. I don't know what's going on with videos yet. I mean, I have some stuff in the works, but it just, it's really difficult because on top of the stuff I'm already doing, plus full-time job, plus I am married, I have a life, outside of all this stuff. I'm trying very slowly. It's really starting to worry me now. I'm trying to build this mock for Brick World. And I've got the base and I've been trying to find all these pieces that I need. But it's just, I'm like, I don't know, if I don't have it done by a certain date, I'm just gonna have to give up my spot and let somebody else that earned it and deserves it more to have it.
You got this, dude.
It's just trying to sit down and focus. When I'm not doing everything. So I mean, look, I'm basically just kind of making excuses. I mean, I am busy, but if you want to, you find the way. You find the time. But yeah. Hopefully I'll have some other stuff coming out, but like I said, you can always count on, at least right now, for the 2 streams weekly. So thank you, David. You have a great week as well. Pickle says, I'm trying to get one show in that is local to the folks that come to Atlanta BrickCon to repay and support the shows. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about giving back.
There we go.
So, all right. I do not have my current Good Morning Brick World outro with the member names, but I do have one that's from Pure Rant Fury, so it's not nasty or anything. But at least it's got the member outro. So, all right, guys. It's been really awesome having Brick Mamba on with us, and I look forward to many more shows. Like I said, Quarter Brick will be on next. I'm assuming next week. I'm not sure how when she gets back, but we're rooting for next week. So all right, you guys.
Next week is Mother's Day, so
next week is Mother's Day. Yeah,
is it next week?
Next week is Mother's Day.
Yeah,
wow.
Get ready. I already got my gift for down here.
Of course, Lego.
Yeah,
that's the gifts right here.
Lady Mom.
The gift of lights and food.
Don't show her.
Oh, that's cool. You really did get Lego gifts. Oh, Mamba, are you going to show your gift for Lady Mamba?
Yeah, it's right here.
There you go. That's a good one.
Lady Mamba.
Highly recommended.
Along with the Boba Fett, side by side. Yeah, there we go.
And that's the time when you say, "What's mine is yours."
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Dude, you guys want to hear something real quick? It's funny. I was telling everybody the other night. Mrs. Hive went somewhere with her girlfriends for the weekend, and I'm such a great husband. I wasn't paying attention to listening to her. I have no idea where she went. I don't know if she's in New York. I don't know if she went to Cancun for the weekend. I don't know if she's in Maryland somewhere. And I'm like, I should have asked, but
you gotta ask, how's the weather? You gotta ease into it. How's the weather?
Pick up clues. Where'd you eat at today?
Sunny. Let me see. Where is it?
So if you were to tell me where the sun is in the sky, where exactly is it?
Did you leave your passport? Okay, she's not in the Bahamas. She's not.
I'm so glad she doesn't watch my content, dude. Dude, I would be burning myself so many times.
This time she will watch it. This time she's gonna watch it all the way through. Replay game
right now. Right.
One last question before you leave. Hi, Sith or Jedi?
Well, because they're movies, I always usually go with the bad guys just because they're cool.
Absolutely. See, how can you go wrong?
Because it's the time that you can root for the bad guys because they're cool.
Absolutely,
it's fictional. You know what I mean? No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be rooting for every single bad guy, but as far as space wizards and lightsabers and stuff, and cool tattoos and just the menacing look that they have, and I mean, look, if it was real, I wouldn't be a Sith. What are you kidding me? As soon as I get an apprentice, they're gonna want to kill me, after a little while, man. That's not gonna work out. But whatever. But I always did find it funny in Spaceballs when Dark Helmet was good will always lose because good is stupid or something.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to leave Hive, but speaking of tattoos, who's your favorite team? Your favorite baseball, football team?
Oh, ooh.
Just throw one out.
No, I got to go with Ravens. I got to go with my home team.
Do you have a Ravens tattoo on your body?
I got one on my butt cheek.
Never mind. Just never mind.
I don't. I'm just kidding. It's tough for me because I grew up in Ohio, so I'm a Cleveland fan as well. And Cleveland and Baltimore already have history.
Oh yeah, that's already.
So it's very awkward sometimes when I have conversations with certain friends. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's sports. I don't follow sports like I used to. I got that kind of time or energy, man.
Was that your Eagles tattoo? Yes. I'm sorry. When you mentioned tattoos,
yes.
I wouldn't put the logo on me. That's a fan.
That's some solid line work too. That looks good. Yeah.
It's the Eagles tattoo.
I mean, look, I got a robot tattooed on my back, and I got a spider tattooed on my rib cage. So, I can't ever say anything about a team being tattooed on somebody.
Mo just got Spider-Man
statement.
Mo just got Spider-Man tattooed on her forearm. It's just,
yeah, man. Tattoos are fun. Just once you start getting them, they get addictive. Dude, if I was just rich, I'd be covered in them. It just I was gonna go get this touched up and redone before I went to Brick World, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So
wow.
I know. We'll see.
All right, I'm sorry. I kept the show longer for that.
No, you're good. You're good. No,
I just think it's crazy. He will always get clowned for that Eagles tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you get clowned for it. I mean,
do you even know anybody who works for the Eagles?
I was born in Philly.
Hey,
I don't have a Ravens tattoo. I might get a Ray Lewis tattoo.
Nope.
Wow.
Why would you do that?
Really, Mama? Wow.
I don't remember that one.
That's not creepy.
Well, on that note, I guess we will end the show. Like I said, everybody, the link to Random Sunday Show tonight is in the chat, so please go check them out. And on that note, we'll go with the membership outro, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys. Peace out.